game and I'm still the same and I never changed just to get a deal, but I'm ballin', ballin'. I came from nothing to something like it's nothing, yeah, you know I done it, that is no discussion, bitch.
Hey, what's up guys, Henry the Blasian here, and as you can tell by the title of the video today, I'm going to be coming at you guys with something a little bit different. In my previous video, in my Pink Diamond Michael Jordan gameplay, which if you guys have not checked out, make sure to check out, I mentioned in my comment section that if you guys gave the video enough likes, I would be bringing you guys a video on how I have made a ton of MT, and you guys assaulted that like button. So today, here we are, I'm going to be bringing you guys a video on how to make over a million MT. And before you guys start assaulting me in the comment section saying, HTB, you've only got 785k MT. What do you mean how to make over a million MT? Well, check it out. I've got a lineup that's pretty fire. I've spent some MT the last couple days building my lineup here and there a little bit. I got the new Scotty, got that Nate Thurman. Lineup is looking good, and I've still got 785k MT to spare, so I am happy with it. So today we are going to be discussing how I managed to make over 1 million MT while still having the lineup that I do. Number one, patience. Patience is the biggest thing that I'm going to be talking about over and over when it comes to this video. I mentioned this in my previous MyTEAM, or not MyTEAM, MT video that I made. Patience is so important when it comes to playing NBA 2k19 MyTEAM. If you want to be able to have MT, you gotta have patience and you gotta not panic, and I will discuss that as we go forward and all the different things why patience is so important. We're gonna start off with number one, and that is you gotta get Twitter. You gotta get Twitter if you're gonna be an NBA 2k19 MyTEAM player in any way, shape, or form, because if you are not updated, you are going to be getting screwed. For example, there was that time where the packs had the Pink Diamond Jordan packs, where the Pink Diamond Jordan packs weren't actually there, and I'm sure people that don't have Twitter and weren't told that it was actually fake were getting screwed by ripping packs and stuff like that. So stuff like that, just the little things end up being so important when you follow the Twitter page. So make sure to make a Twitter account and follow the NBA 2k19 MyTEAM page, as well as me, of course, because I will be keeping you guys updated on all the different things. But yes guys, after Twitter, what you want to learn how to do is probably one of the biggest things when it comes to 2k19 MyTEAM MT making, and that is working the auction house. The auction house is so important, and one thing people always forget when it comes to the auction house is they think they have to snipe like the best card. People always think it's like, oh, I gotta go to my Pink Diamond settings, gotta go to minimum 500 and just focus on buying things like this. That is really a key. If you get a really good snipe, that is going to be big. It's really rare that that happens, because like insane snipers are usually doing stuff like that, spending hours upon hours doing stuff like that. What you want to do when you are sniping is snipe at a good time. Do not waste your time sniping at a time like today, for example. On a Sunday is probably the worst time to snipe. Now I say that because there is no content out. When there's no content out, this is the time to sell. I'm going to be talking about the concept of buying low and selling high when it comes to the auction house. The best time to be sniping during the auction house is when there's packs out. For example, the Pink Diamond Michael Jordan packs just came out yesterday. That was probably the best time to put on a snipe filter, such as different things like silver cards. Silver cards still go for a ton of MT, and those are probably the best things to try to snipe while the MJ packs are out. I mean, if you want yourself a Scottie Pippen, feel free to put on a filter for that as well. But when people are ripping packs the most is when you want to be buying cards. That is when things like badges are going for stupid cheap, all the stuff that are going for stupid cheap. And the reason for that is people just want to pull Pink Diamond Michael Jordan, or they want to pull Diamond Scottie Pippen. They don't see any other value in their packs other than Pink Diamond Jordan or Diamond Scottie Pippen. So this is your prime opportunity for you to be able to snipe the silver cards that they're going to be selling for super cheap, because they just want to make MT to get Jordan. And this is where you want to be getting badges. If everybody is pulling badges, everyone is going to continually undercut each other over and over and over. For example, let's take a look at how much Limitless Range is going for right now. If the auction house would load. Alright, so you can see right now it's going for about 5,000 MT. Yesterday, when the auction house crashed, or not yesterday, but Friday, Limitless Range was only going for 2,000 to 3,000 MT. That is when you want to just commit and buy. Do not hesitate. If you guys know what the base price is for a badge, you go ahead and you buy a ton of those badges, because let's say you bought all the Limitless Range badges in the auction house for 3,000 MT a piece, and you bought like 10 of them. That's 30,000 MT you spent, and then they sell back for 5,000 a piece. That ends up being 50,000 MT you make. So the concept of buying low and selling high is always buy cards when the auction house is flooded, and always sell at the driest time of the auction house, which tends to be the weekend. On the weekend is when you can usually sell things for the most, because that is when 2K is not releasing any content. people don't really try to rip packs like crazy when there's no content out there. Moments packs are quiet and stuff like that. So that's when you want to be sniping. And also, the last things you ever want to be sniping is emeralds, sapphires, or rubies. If you need to snipe that, then you really have a serious MT problem, because those cards go for stupid cheap. There's just no value in them unless you're going for like the historic cards. But other than that, you really want to try to get silvers. You want to try to get some of the new cards like Scottie Pippen. There was a point where there was people putting them up for like 75 to 80k, and now he goes for 100k. So it's crazy like that. You just got to really read the auction house. And for those of you who have a little bit more MT, Michael Jordan, when he was first flooding the auction house, I mean, the first one went for 1 million MT, but since so many people ripping packs, there was that small window where he was going for 350k MT. One of my friends actually decided to go ahead and buy him and sold him back for 500k MT. So it's a little bit of a gamble, but if you can read when the auction house can get quiet, that is when you want to buy and you want to sell. And if I'm not explaining that clearly, go ahead and let me know down in the comment section below. I will reply to anyone that is commenting anything, and I will clarify on that a little bit more. Alright, so guys, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about the concept of packs and miscellaneous items. When it comes to ripping packs, one thing I'm going to mention off the bat is do not use your MT. Like, it is just not smart to spend MT ripping packs in any scenario. VC is like 100 times easier to acquire in this game than MT is. MT is so much more hard earned, and you get it from VC, from ripping packs, pulling stuff, selling, earning MT, but it's so much better off spending VC in any scenario than it is to spend MT. If you don't have the money, then just don't do it. But when it comes to packs, what people tend to do a lot, and I'm going to show an example here by ripping a super cheap pack here with MT. Let's go ahead and let's rip a pack. Waiting, we're gonna flip all, and you can see, yay, I didn't really get any garbage. And what people tend to do a lot when it comes to packs like this is they see all this and they're like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and quick sell all my contents because I'm so smart and I don't need all that stuff because it's not very high valued. That is probably one of the dumbest things I think people do. You should never be doing that. Send everything to your auction house always, and unless your auction house is full, get every bit of value that you can get out of one card. Even if you're selling it for the minimum value, as long as you're selling it for more than you can quick sell it for, you are making MT. Because if you think about that, it's always going to continuously add up. And if you don't see the value in every sort of item in this game, you're just not going to maximize the amount of MT you can make. You sell everything as much as you can. Do not quick sell stuff. Do not quick sell the coaches, even though you've pulled like 10 of them now. Go ahead, put them up for a cheap price, and you are going to get MT regardless, because that is going to save you in the future. That extra MT you might get might lead to you getting a cheaper card, that might lead to you selling that cheaper card for more, and it's just a domino effect of having MT down the line. So that's one important thing. And as well, do not stay attached to playbooks. If you've got a playbook that you stick with, stick to that playbook, but do not be like me and hold on to 51 playbooks. The only reason I'm actually holding on to all these playbooks is because I need to work on my collection. Right now, I just finished getting the 250 tokens. I'm trying to get this Karolinko, and then I'm selling everything. It's going to be a full house sale, especially when it comes to these jerseys and shoes. People tend to quick sell these shoes a lot. I mean, the bronzes you can maybe quick sell for 250 MT a piece. This is where people make a lot of mistakes. A lot of people do not even use their shoes, but they just hold on to them. One thing I want to tell you guys is shoes do not count towards your collection. So there's actually no point in holding onto your shoes in the game this year, because they don't count to your collection whatsoever. But the miscellaneous items, things like all these coaches, you obviously do not need all these coaches, especially the bronze ones. Go ahead and put them up in the auction house for a minimum value and wait for them to sell. And if they don't, then go ahead and quick sell them. But do not lose hope in getting any MT out of any card, because as slow a process as it is, patience, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, is major key. When you are patient in this game, that is when you're going to succeed. If you're going to be impulsive and buy stuff just because you want it now, then it's not going to work out. It's like someone who decides to go ahead and bid 1 million MT on Pink Diamond Michael Jordan, and now he goes for 377k with 38 seconds to go. For those of you wondering how to get this Pink Diamond Jordan, I would probably get him if he drops to 350. I think 350 is the cheapest he'll go, and you want to hold on to him until the packs are gone, and that is when you'll probably get the most value out of him. But yes, guys, when it comes to packs and miscellaneous items, do not quick sell anything. It doesn't matter how bad a value it is, do not quick sell. The only thing you can probably quick sell are these injury cards, because I don't know anybody that's trying to buy injury cards ever. They go for super cheap. If you quick sell all these, it ends up making you like a solid 10k MT at some point, or even 5k MT. But do not hold on to miscellaneous items. Do not hold on to jerseys that you don't use. The reason I hold on to all these jerseys is because when I do my gameplays, I like to make sure the person is wearing a jersey. Like, you can have your favorite team's jersey, collect all of them if you want, but do not hold on to all this stuff. Like, some of these jerseys sell for a ton of MT online. There's some of these jerseys that sell for like 10k MT, but you might have pulled a duplicate of and decided to quick sell it because you didn't do your research on the auction house, and that ends up biting you in the ass down the line. So that's one big thing that I want to say to you guys, is do not quick sell anything from here or from your packs. You want to try to either hold on to it if you're going towards your collection, or put it in the auction house and wait for it to sell, because it will eventually sell. Someone will be looking for that item and someone will buy that item. And jerseys, they all go for a 500 minimum, so quick selling it for 250, you're losing 250 value right there. Two of those right there, that's 1,000 MT, that's 2,000 MT. Like, I'm looking at 3,500 MT just right here, and that is 7 jerseys. Look at how many I have in total. That could end up being a ton of MT, but I just have to hold on to the cards for the collection, and then I'm going to be selling them later on. The last thing I want to mention is Triple Threat Online. This is a good place to make a lot of MT. If you want to make MT, do not play MyTEAM Unlimited. You want to go ahead, you want to hop into Triple Threat Online, ignore my 2 L's right there. I was trying to do a challenge, I failed. Doesn't matter though, but Triple Threat Online is probably the biggest way to make MT. And if you guys have like 3 main cards that you know you're going to use, for example, I have Scottie Pippen, Giannis, and Clay, and I know these are people that are going to stay on my lineup for a long time. I actually decided to go ahead and put diamond contracts on them. If you don't have enough MT for diamond contracts, don't do it. If you'd rather just pay and add contracts as you go ahead, but I have diamond contracts on them, so I can continuously play games over and over, and there is no scenario where I have to pay for MT. Every single bit of MT I earn, I am keeping. One thing I hate so much about this game is the contracts. I honestly hope they get rid of contracts for next year, because I feel like that's such a big part of where people lose a lot of MT in the game. When you have to pay for MT for a full lineup on MyTEAM Unlimited, that is like the worst thing, especially when you have a lineup like this. For me, I put like diamond contracts on damn near everyone, because I literally cannot stand paying for contracts. Only Magic doesn't have contracts, but once he runs out of those 85, I'm just gonna slap a diamond contract on him, because once I've played that many games on him, I should have had enough for a diamond contract and then some. But that is some important things I want to be telling you guys. In Triple Threat Online, you guys will earn packs and a bunch of different stuff from that. And again, don't quick sell those. You can get stuff like diamond contracts and stuff like that. This is probably the best way if you want to actually grind to make MT, and that is to play Triple Threat Online. You'll, in the end, if you end up winning a ton of games and are decent at the game, you'll probably averaging making minimum 10k MT an hour, and that might not be much, but that is more than someone else is making if you don't want to rip packs. Otherwise, ripping packs is probably one of the most effective ways to make MT, just because you can pull certain players. But I would advise you to try not to waste your money. Value everything you have. Again, patience, be super patient. Do not quick sell all your stuff, and be smart with the auction house. You want to buy low and you want to sell high. So yeah, guys, those are the tips I do have on how I managed to make a million MT. It worked out for me. Obviously, it doesn't happen overnight, so don't expect it for it to happen. What I was trying to say was, don't expect for it to happen overnight for you, because this is not an overnight thing. Making MT takes so much patience. It takes a lot of sniping. If you watch a bunch of YouTubers, people like Carlos Story and stuff, they are streaming and they are trying to snipe the whole time. It is not something that just happened overnight for them. You've got to be smart with it. You will get lucky with snipes sometimes, but you want to be buying when the auction house is busy and selling when the auction house is quiet. People think you won't sell your stuff when it's quiet because no one wants anything. That is the best time to sell things. Now, if this video did help you guys a ton, make sure to leave a like on this video. And for you new viewers, you know you gotta hit that subscribe button and join the Blasian Nation. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you all have an awesome day, and take care.